power need to take about not just the guidelines and the mandates they lay out for their male employees, but also their female employees, because I know that just after the Me Too movement started in India and gathered momentum in India, there were a lot of checks and balances that we had to establish as a company, and we needed to form an ICC committee, and we needed to start having conversations with all our team members, crew and cast, and to continue to empower ourselves and those who we work with the knowledge and the information they need to ensure that they work in a secure work environment.
In fact, let's also discuss the other side, and Mr. Bhaskar, I would like to get your thoughts on this. Now, as a part of the tidal wave of Me Too movement, we saw false allegations, we saw wending out, personal vendetta, which was sensed in the society. How much do you think it impacted the larger movement?
Just because they happen to be, you've got a grudge against them and you do that. So occasionally that happens and it undermines the movement, but I don't think the movement right now is undermined by that, because these are few and far between.
Okay. I would like to know, do you think journalism has evolved to take the matters of sexual harassment seriously without prejudice or uninfluenced by power?
In India?
Yes.
I'm looking at you because I want to know from you whether you think it has. I don't think it has. And I think all the journalists seated here will agree with me. I don't think we've reached that point of true, solid, investigative journalism that is unbiased. I find that a lot of the reportage is very colored and deeply biased and undemocratic. I keep using that word because I think it's essential to the movement and the growth of the movement and the victory of the movement.
Do you think that plays a big role in desensitizing the audience about sexual harassment? Like you mentioned in the beginning, that you didn't even realize, and sometimes it just becomes so ingrained that you think, oh, this is a part and parcel of it. And you think entertainment takes the credit for this?
Absolutely. I think that the credit rests quite squarely with popular entertainment in various languages. I think that mainstream films have played that, and that's Rajna. One of the biggest criticisms that were leveled at Rajna was that it was glorifying stalking. And actually, I must admit again that I remember at that time very passionately defending the film. I think I even wrote an article about it, but that was probably because I was falling in love with Himanshu. So yeah, colored right there, not entirely objective. But I think that in the years since, and both Himanshu and I have spoken about it at length, I think that there was a lot of truth to that. And I know that he was doing it unconsciously while he was writing, and physicality between Kundan and Murari with Vidya, where they're always tugging at her, hitting her, pulling her hair. And we were all doing it in this really fun kind of way, and I thought I'm also hitting them back, so it's okay. But I don't think we realize that subconsciously you're actually playing into a narrative which is easily consumable as that noisy girl, just, whack her and make her shut up or whatever. So I think that, as I keep saying that, and this is really, I keep saying it, and I'm saying it to myself, which is that, we all have to start by asking questions of our own work. And I think that beginning with the media, and that's why that those questions that have since then been asked of Hindi films have all come from you all, from the critics and from journalists and from conscious audiences, right? Where now, even when I know this for sure, that when filmmakers and writers are writing scenes, they're suddenly more conscious. And they're like, yaar, ek baar ye padh le, is this okay, is this seeming? So I think that's a good thing. That is a good thing. And I think that we should move towards a society and a popular culture which is more aware, if nothing else.
Do you want to ask? Behavior that we see in cinema is unconscious. it starts with the writer, and then of course the filmmaker, and then the actor. And I think what is happening now is that there is a conscious shift, of course, in society. People are becoming better aware, but to genuinely empower the quality of writing, because I think for the large part, as audiences or as people, filmmakers, and Anand, I think you would agree with me, we largely depend on the intellect and the knowledge base of the filmmakers, right? The people who are writing the